Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigerians. Yes, 32 minutes past the hour of 8, right here on Super 92.7 FM. Welcome to Spotlight and Super FM. This is where we dissect trending stories, issues relating from politics, governance, health, education, business, and other trending matters around the country, Nigeria. Welcome to Spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. I am Michael Iziaq. Good morning. Today we'll begin with the health sector. The federal government and the National Association of Resident Doctors has continued the industrial action which has significantly affected health care delivery across the country. Well, the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Iziaq Salako, has appealed to the striking doctors to suspend the strike, stating that the federal government has met most of their demands. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has also faulted claims by the federal government that it has addressed doctors' welfare and other demands, insisting that this nationwide indefinite strike will continue until their demands are met. And joining us live to review this further is a medical practitioner and a health researcher. We have Dr. Adelala Aragbaye. Doctor, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir. Greetings to our listeners.
All right, so welcome to the program. Let's begin with this. Well, this strike is becoming unbearable for our Nigerians. Every time we have a strike, if it is not ASU, it is the NAD. If it's not, everybody wanting to go on strike. And this industry, the health, is really, really significant to Nigerians. We have cases, issues that happen when doctors go on strike in the hospitals. What truly are these demands?
Thank you very much for having me. Like I said, these strikes or industrial actions has been recurrent, and the federal government and the people at the ends of affairs have not been able to provide a lasting solution to this problem. And it's been a vicious cycle because for obvious reasons. For instance, one of the root causes of all of this is burnout among medical doctors, health practitioners, as the case may be. And every day we see the exodus of health practitioners, health care workers from Nigeria to other parts of the world. So it's at the end of the day, I think the agitations are not really far-fetched. It's something the government can actually do, and it's as a result of years of neglect. Year in, year out, successive government have been neglecting everybody. But at this point, the doctors are complaining about their own side of the experience of the general.
Okay, all right.
So we've been talking about okay.
Okay, it's day 6 of the strike right now, and there have been some agitations. They said hope is not lost. Imagine walking into a clean, and that's what the NARD is saying. That imagine walking into a clean and well-lit hospital, doctors rested, nurses smiling, equipment working. These are the talks that hope is not lost in the health sector. No strikes. Imagine no strikes, no fear, just care that restores faith in our nation. Let's hear from the Minister of State for Health, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Let me use this opportunity to inform Nigerians that in 2024 alone, the Federal Ministry of Health, using a special waiver mechanism that no other sector enjoys, we were able to engage 14,444 health workers across 64 federal tertiary health institutions. 78% of those workers are clinical staff. 78.1% are clinical staff. Out of those clinical staff, 908 are consultants. 3,064, the second highest, are resident doctors. As of Thursday last week, a sum of 21.3 billion has been released for the settlement of these areas. And this morning, when I checked with NARD members, at least 60% of them have gotten a lot of that. Yes, we're still remaining about 40%, and I think that we're going to follow up with the Accountant General and the Pay Office to ensure that the other 40% are promptly paid.
And that's coming from Dr. Salako, who is the Minister of State for Health in Nigeria. Well, you heard him there, Dr. Adilala. You heard what the Minister has said. But despite all of this, earlier this year, it was the MDCAN strike, that kept about 3 medical schools out of class. Now we have Lautech, the medicine. We had issues with them. Even the dentistry, also just dentistry. Now we have anyhow the healthcare system in this country. It is becoming embarrassing, doctor. It's becoming embarrassing. Is this not really sad to see how things are going? How did we get here?
Okay, like I said, this is a result of centuries of neglect. And to be honest with you, I don't see end in sight concerning
really?
this
so
problem.
There is no end in sight of this problem.
Yes, it's because the leaders have not really come to terms or be able to come out and tell the people the true state of things. Like we just listened to the Honorable Minister of State Health just now, and you realize that most of the things he said, they are half truths. He said about 14,000 personnel were recruited, but he didn't tell us the numbers of health personnel that left within that space of time, or before they decided to recruit these numbers.
Do you have the data?
Well, I think you presented this to me. I will have actually searched and get to the data, but I can tell you, one of the requests of NARD is that for every person that left, somebody must be recruited to replace the person, 1-for-1 replacement. And we are still demanding for that. If you go to many hospitals in Lagos, even other states, you realize that when 5 people leave, you like 2 being recruited to replace, and that will contribute to burnout, further more workload for people on ground, and this will make them to think of leaving. So, like that's why I said that it's a vicious circle, and the leaders have not decided to come out clean, and see how we can actually face these problems headlong. Until then, I don't think there's going to be any end in sight.
Wow. Well, this is really, really a hard pill to swallow. But we keep praying that there will really be an end in sight. But all of this that NAD want, do you think they are achievable? Is it feasible?
Very much. It's very much achievable. For instance, they are talking about arrears of their salary that are being owed them.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other place in the world where people are being home for 2 years, for 3 years without the government thinking of making this payment. The money is not enough, and you have decided not to give them what they are due for. And there are some examinations we also do, like if you come into a residency program, you do the first exam, you become an SR, there should be a certificate to show that, you have passed this exam and you are promoted to the next cadre. So they faced that off. You don't do that to your people. At least when they have written one exam and they have become a senior registrars, there should be a certificate stating that they have gained that level of expertise parties. So that's one of the things they're asking for. And we've been on this thing for more than 3 years. They have decided not to do anything about it. So this issue is not whether it is possible or not, it is a leadership problem. What are they doing? Are they taking the right step, the step in the right direction that will even convince us that they are doing something about it, or very soon they are going to find solution? But since they have not admitted that there is a problem, then that means they are not doing anything about it. So that's why it's looking as though it is impossible. It is quite possible. It's something they can do.
It's quite possible. That's the words of Dr. Adelala Aragbaye, a medical practitioner and also a health researcher, talking all the way from. But quickly, let's open the phone lines so that Nigerians, you can be part of this conversation right here. Before we go into the second half of the conversation of the program this morning. Well, 0705 690 0927 0705 690 0927. Also call 0802 0802 502 7711 0802 502 7711. It's the federal government and the National Association of Resident Doctors strike. Well, the strike has entered day 6. And Nigerians are worried. What is going on? Health, they say, is wealth. Some people will say that there's a call on the federal government to step up its efforts to reach a truce with Nard and even end the strike. But it's really, really urgent and necessary in order to save lives of millions of patients and public hospitals. And now the federal government has said they have paid 60%. They have released 21.3 billion naira to settle all of these arrears. Doctor, is it not a good start to call off the strike or even suspend the strike, Doctor?
The first question we need to ask is if what they are saying is truth, or if they are saying the truth. Because I belong to many platforms, Association of Resident Doctors. Even this morning we still checked. I have not seen one single person that said they have received their arrears. As we speak this morning, even before we started this program, I still shared the platform. We still asked the question. Nobody has said they have received or made since strike started. And that also brings me back to what I first said. Our leaders are not always telling the truth. They are doing media war. They are winning the media war rather than getting down to work and see how we can provide lasting solution to this menace, something that should not be happening in our environment. We have shortage of doctors, even when at this people are working conducive for the doctors, not only doctors, nurses, even cleaners in the hospital. So, but when the issues happen and leaders come on air to tell blatant lies,
all right.
it can be heartbreaking. Actually,
let's go on. Let's take this call. Hello, who do we have there? Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Ebube School calling from Lagos.
All right, Ebube from Lagos. Please make your comment.
Why the government are not interested about the people of the country? They're not interested about the medical. They're not interested because their training is not even in Nigeria. Even whenever they have headache, they just travel to overseas for their treatment of headache. That's the thing. They go to overseas as if they are going to Aswani market. They're not interested. In Nigeria, we don't have chloroquine injection. We don't have ampicillin injection. And we say we have NAFDAC. And all the drugs in Nigeria, 90% is at stake. What are we talking about? They're not talking about the health of the people. People are dying for nothing sake. I don't know how we get to this stage. I don't know how we get to this type of situation. Things are annoying. Go to hospital, you see people moving about, no medical, nothing. What are we talking about? The doctors are sick. Doctors want pay them. Look at time of Buhari, DJ was happy for him. Happy for him. No work, no pay. What kind of situation are we into? So we are still talking about medical and up to this very moment. Upon all the money is very appalling.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Well, keep your call coming in. 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Don't forget to we're live on all social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube at Super FM Lagos. Who do we have there? Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Michael A. Nicholson.
All right, Peter Osifo from Ikotun, please make your comment.
Easy for people to always blame the government because they feel that many of these government people or politicians, once because of their positions, when they get sick or their families, they go abroad for treatment. And that is the reason why they neglect our government, our hospitals in Nigeria. But let it be 60% in your exam. You have passed. If it is actually true that the government has paid 60% of what the resident doctors are looking for, are clamoring for, they should please go back to the hospitals and work. They should go to their desks and work. Because it is the patients that we finally lose. Many Nigerians are losing because of this strike. I'm not saying that a worker should not get his own wages or salaries or have good, conducive environment to work. But please, when we are going on strike, we should also think of the patients. The patients are people that are losing, not the government. So I'm appealing to the doctors, the nurses, to think twice before they embark on strike. Even our ASU people, our university lecturers, they should also think twice, you see, before they go on strike. They should think of the people that will lose. You understand? It's often said that when two elephants fight, it is the grass.
When he was lavishing, traveling all over the world, lavishing our money we used to sort out problems within here. When he was buying vehicles, he doesn't need at all. He doesn't need them at all. He said they should think twice. We are losing doctors every day. We are losing experts. Nigeria have the best doctors in the whole world. These people, they're showing them wickedness. Do you know that Minister of Health said that 2024 budget, he only got 20% of the budget. He said it on a live television. The national television, he got only 20% of his budget was approved, was released to him. What? Ask all these ministers, all the budgets we hear that they made for all these ministries, how much did they receive? Let us hold them accountable. Do you know that all this money doesn't move out of House of Assembly? All these budgets you hear, that is why we are suffering all these things. We are suffering. We will hear heavy budget. At the end, it will not get to their hand. Do you see anything working in Nigeria? Tell me any department, any ministry that you see that is functioning. Money doesn't get to them at all. At all. Didn't you hear what is the name of this woman? Is it better? This humanitarian.
Better idol, former humanitarian minister.
But I didn't hear what he said. How the other one, this one carry 500 million. How he get the other one 400 million? How they ransack the money? They just bully her and collected the money. Uju Kennedy refused to give, and they sack her. They even sack this woman because she exposed them. This is what is happening now. Why can't federal government, this government did not come to work? I'm telling you, look at I tell you that this government doesn't have leadership quality. That is what is affecting us. Love, kindness, caring, compassion, honesty, sincerity, and so many things that will make up a leader. If you have all these qualities, I'm telling you, Nigeria will work because you have compassion, you have love. Nobody will tell you how many ministries how many hospitals have Tinubu built since he took over 2.5 years. How many hospitals have been equipped? The other time he told us that people were dialysis, they will pay only 12 million for dialysis. Do you see anybody now that say that he paid 12 million? Do you know that this government is sharing money now on audio money? They are sharing money to poor Nigerians. Why conditional cash transfer? When the main poor people in the north they are not banked, Their governors told us that it's only for local government that have bank. These people hide their money in the soil.
All right.
How come that you transfer money to the people that hide money in the soil? They're just embezzling the whole fund. They're not doing anything. You know how much Tinubu has borrowed since he took over? What did he do with all this money he borrowed? Do you know that they have sold oil in the soil to Affection Bank Egypt, upfront payment? They sold oil, and that is why they are not using oil money to solve problems. They're using our tax, overtaxing companies, and these companies are increasing their prices. Tax every day, and he's not doing anything with the tax.
Right, Ben from Iba, thank you, so that we can take other calls. Thank you very much, Mr. Ben. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ben from Iba. Dr. Adilala, I don't know if you had the comment from the callers, if you probably want to give any reaction to that.
Well, thank you. Like one of the callers said that if truly the federal government paid that amount of money since the strike started, that we should try as much as we can to reconsider. Like I said, the federal government is only interested in winning the media war. You know, they have the media, they have people that can help them to push whatever narratives to people of Nigeria. But like, not paid anybody a dime. They should show evidence where money has been transferred to doctors, whether before the strike started or since the strike started. And I also quickly react to someone that said that patients are dying. Actually, in my honest opinion, there's no hospital in Nigeria. Because if there's hospital in Nigeria, our leaders will not be.
I don't understand. There is no hospital in Nigeria. How do you mean? That's
yes. To look, talking about the level of care they are delivering. In the real sense of it, you know, we are not giving up to 10% of what hospitals should be given to people in any particular country.
Is that the fault of the federal government? Is that the fault of the federal government?
It is the duty of the government to fund the hospital.
I thought that's the ethics
to make sure that they have
of your job as a doctor. I thought that's the ethics of your job, to care for lives, patients.
Okay. If I have a patient and there's no stethoscope, maybe I'm walking by the road and somebody collapsed, there's no stethoscope to listen to the heartbeat. Will I be able to help the patient? I will not be able. I need equipment to work. I need things to actually apply the knowledge that I have. But most of the hospitals are not well equipped. We are not doing so much as in what we should be doing for the people of the country. So now what we are fighting for is that things should be put where they belong.
Things should be put where they belong, as the words of Dr. Adilala Aragbaye. Okay, doctor, I don't know if you're there. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, doctor, quickly, let's go to the phone lines, and then we wrap it up here, going to the second conversation of the program. Well, 090-705-690-0927. Hello, good morning. Who do we have there?
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the program. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
It's Usman from Obalende.
Usman from Obalende. Please make your comment.
Good morning. See, you're one of our call. We said the doctors should go back to their work. I don't understand this question. That is why this Nigeria can never be. You understand me? Go back to work. Where these people we are not asking about our money. Where these people are sitting on. This man came in because they moved the first of better Nigeria. Where is the money this man moved? Where is the first this man moved? Where is the money? All those tax here. Where is the money? Where is the borrowing money borrowing every day? Where is the money? We are not just asking questions. We are not sitting there. We just watch. Nigeria better wake up. All
right, Nigeria better wake up. That's the word. Let's take the other calls. Hello, good morning. Okay, please call us back. Let's go to our WhatsApp messages. Yes, good morning, crew. Congratulations. Doctors are on strike for 6 days now. Your president is imposing 15% tax on fuel. Also, by January, you'll be taxed. Anyone defending this government will look stupid in the midst of reality. This government is worse than 2 years of nightmare. And also, the government is like a student that failed an exam and you are praising yourself. Also, you want to promote himself to another class. It's all about imposing yourself for 2027. Even though you haven't anything but tax the daylight of Nigerians, borrow to loot, live a luxury lifestyle. Like I used to say, the foundation that brought this government to power is not credible. All that is does not work. A government built on lies, eye service, and hypocrisy, square pegs and round holes, compromisers of institutions, turning your Senate to rubber stamp Senate, breeder of admirers, education destroyers. They turn the people to beggars and a margery in the midst of plenty. There's so much. Lekon from Lagos. Lekon, thank you very much for your message. Let's take this call before we wrap it up right here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, crew.
Welcome to the program. What's your name?
I want to Christopher from Agbara.
All right, Christopher from Agbara.
My question to the Minister of Health and federal government is, why must they allow medical personnel to go on strike before they pay them their money? Does it mean that this government does not know the importance of health to their citizens? You see, politicians get the allowances and more money, billions, for doing nothing. Leaders that have never grown any business since they were born only become our rulers with no managerial experience. In fact, it's a shame. And they want to control judiciary, INEC, wondering them what to do every time. My brother, it's only God that will save us in this nation. Bye.
Amen. All right. Holy God will definitely save us in this country. Well, Dr. Adilala, I don't know if you want to quickly make comment before we wrap it up right here.
Well, I'm happy because the eyes of Nigerians are beginning to open. You know, this is not about NAD and FG, or federal government. It's about our nation. We are backward in every sphere of our lives. And the reason why we are talking about health sector today, because the effect can easily affect us. But you know, apart from beyond that, every aspect of our life, of our national life, is affected actually. And I'm happy that everybody is talking about it. People's eyes are opened. We cannot keep quiet and allow this country to go under. We must actually demand what is right from our leaders. And that's what we are doing. And this strike is not for doctors. We want the federal government to reposition the health care system. We want the federal government to reposition the health sector, the one that works for all of us, the one that they themselves can trust. You know, when they have headache, they are already on the next available flight to France, to UK. That should tell you something, that they know what they have made of it. So that's why they cannot even bring themselves to be attended to in any of the hospitals that we have around. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Well, we'll take a short break here. When we return, we'll go straight into the conversation where the federal government has pointed fingers on foreign lobbyists for fueling a Christian genocide narrative in Nigeria. And the U.S. president also talked off. He said if Nigeria government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the U.S. will stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. This and more after the break.
One family, one radio. 92.7 Super FM.
To listen to us anywhere, download Super FM Global app on the Google App Store or the iOS app right now. Stay connected to Super FM.
92.7 Super FM.
Ladies and gentlemen,
a new day is dawning. New ideas, new rules.
To infinity
and beyond.
Well, this just got a little weird.
Who is this?
We are Super FM.
We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Switch to the good side of life here on 92.7 Super FM.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
92.7 Super FM.
Welcome back. It's still Spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. Right, yeah. Okay, now let's go into the conversation where the federal government has alleged that foreign lobbyists, particularly in the United States, are driving claims of a Christian genocide in Nigeria and influencing international perceptions of the country's security challenges. In all of this, Nigerians have also, federal government has also engaged diplomats and rallies military commanders to do something, why they reject U.S. as a country of particular concern. Well, joining us live on this conversation, we also have Dr. Adelala, who is still here with us, and we also have an Assistant Director of Internal Security, SSS, retired. We have Mr. Adams Habu. Mr. Adams, good morning and welcome to the program. Mr. Adams, can you hear me? Good morning. Welcome to the program. Okay, I don't know if you can. We can't hear you properly. If you might know.
Okay, it's breaking from your side, but let's hope I'll hear you.
All right, let's go.
The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.
They said it's not only Nigeria, it's all over. The killings of Christians is not going to happen. First, let's share your thoughts with us. Mr. Adam Tabu, who is Assistant Director, Internal Security, SSS, retired. All right, please share your thoughts with us. So what do you think?
Thank you very much. You see, if you look at what is playing out in Nigeria, you will agree. I can't even hear you now.
We can hear you. Please go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. We can hear you.
If you know what is playing out in Nigeria, between Nigeria and US, you will agree with me that it is a kind of international politics that have been on for quite some time. And you know that in the US, depending on the president in power, their foreign policies are always different from each other. If a Democrat is there, the foreign policy is different. Now we have a Republican, his foreign policy is different. And it's that foreign policy of that country that they want to bring to play in Nigeria. But let's look at the situation in Nigeria. Ever since we have been having the security challenge in this country, there is no part of the North, let me say, that this insecurity has spared. I know the argument of these foreign countries that have been targeted. And then they also of the belief, I've seen some other reports that response, to dealing with those threats have not been very swift. Sometimes they try to even accuse security forces of looking the other way. But if you look at what has played out generally, particularly in the northern and central part of this country, there is no state that is left untouched by the activities of these fanatics, as I will call them. And so, to say that Nigerian government is looking, is being deliberate in its policy, certainly I disagree with it. I disagree with it because Nigeria is making use of the available resources it can afford And some of these inadequacies, we security practitioners have pointed them out over the years. We have said that even when the terrorism started in this country, we did say that initially our